Hi, last week we covered a very sensitive topics about SMEs in Kenya, and it applies to even SMEs all over the world. These are small and medium-term enterprises and even startups. How you need to move from a very small business to a big one, and some of the strategies that you can be able to apply. I got so many comments, so many messages, and so many questions about the same. I believe if many of the organizations, small ones, which are operating out there, would apply some of these experiences and strategies that you have learned over time, we would even grow our economy and change our status in life. Today, I would like to cover equally a sensitive topic, something that I have learned over time from when we started using it. Like I said, we started some 5 years ago, somewhere in a rented office in town. You are 4 of us, 3 directors and 1 employee. Basically, the office was so small, the table occupied most of the spaces, and when you tried to move back, you couldn't because there was no space. There was no reception. If you came to the office, you just came to the office. There was no space for everyone. So, but we had visions and dreams. It is very important to think big. It is very important to pursue your vision, to see what your dream can become. And I thank God we have been able to move from that very small office. Right now we have 2 fully fledged offices, big ones, and you're opening the 3rd. I want to believe some of these stories can inspire you to action, to do something that is different in your small enterprises or in your small business. My name is Reuben Kimani. I'm the CEO, Username Investment Limited. Thank you for listening to these stories, and thank you for subscribing to my channel and liking my Facebook page where we are posting these stories and these videos. Basically, I received one of the questions in my Facebook page, and I looked at it and I sympathized with the person who sent the message. But I believe there is something that they can be able to do. When we started, one of the things I struggled in my mind is whether I can be able to pay someone else, because I was not even able to pay myself. But for your business to grow, you need people. The other reality I realized is that I was everywhere. We started, I was the receptionist, I was the sales guy, a skill that I took so long to learn. I was the marketing person, I was the logistics person, the parcel guy. I was sometimes even cleaning the office. We were doing everything. And when we started advertising and growing the company, I realized it was very impossible to do all those things. And I could go home frustrated, knowing what I did and what I did not do. It was quite frustrating. Sometimes even missing very important things because things had to work. But at the end of the day, it was impossible to finish all the work. Basically, you need a team. And the first thing that you need to realize for your startup to grow is that you must get a team. For you to move forward, you must get a team. You can't do everything else everything in this world. That is the reality, my friend. So that's something we learned from the beginning. So after you convince yourself that you need a team, and I feel that is the biggest thing, because you need to pay these people, you need to look for laptops for them, you need to look for an office for them, you need to develop HR techniques, HR procedure and all that. I know it is involving, but you need team. Start by convincing yourself that. The point of whether you can be able to take care of their incomes, that is their salaries, sorts itself out. Because once you bring somebody, most of them have more skills that you do in a specific area. They'll help your company grow so fast, generate enough to be able to take care of everyone. You need to have faith and to be a believer in that. After you know that you need a team, the next thing that I know is very important when you need to create a team, You need the right team, not just a team. I remember when we started, we used to hire based on who we knew could do the job. And when we got our first employees, sometimes you feel like they are the best until one day you bring others. And every time I keep learning very many new things. You bring new employees, you learn there's something I also did not know. The star performer of last year might not be the performer of this year. Things keep changing. So I remember when we started, of course, we hired based on who we knew. It's good that we never made many mistakes, but if we continued that way, we'd have made so many mistakes. So I'm here to convince you, there are so many procedures, HR standards. It's good to work with people who you know. There are so many consulting, small ones, consulting companies in human resources that you can be able to assist you. You may not have a fully functional and fledged HR department, but you can work with these consulting organizations for them to be able to help you either set one or run the organization. What I mean, you need to be deliberate about it, and you need to be professional about it to be able to get the right people. Get people who are well trained, people who understand the skill. And one of the things I have learned when you are looking for the right team, of course, Kenya is one of those countries in Africa where people are very educated. Sometimes you post jobs and you get people with doing their PhD. So many people with master's degree. But over time, I have learned what matters to me is three things. Number one, when I'm hiring, the most important thing for me is integrity. And when I talk about integrity, I'm talking about people who are trustworthy, people who are responsible. If you leave some work to them, they'll do everything in their power. And these people are to be able to finish. These are people who cannot lie to you. People who can be left in charge, even when you are away, when you are sleeping. That is integrity for me. They can't steal from you. People who talk the truth. Number two, very important for me, is drive. I look for people who are self-driven. If you look at especially when you're looking for new people, we always say we want self-driven people. People, when they are left to do some work, they can be able to drive themselves. They don't need to ask about everything in this world. They only seek guidance, but they are able to take charge of some work and finish it. The last thing we look for is skill. And if you come through our interview process over the last few months, we have changed, and you realize we'll ask you to do several interviews. Some of them testing where your skill is okay, depending on the job that you are doing. So those three things are very important. And over time, I have the people we work with, we call them the A team or team grade. If you come to our office, most of the people we work with, maybe more than 90%, these are people who are very driven. People who started, some of them from internship level, some of them are managing our business as we speak. And if you are looking for a job in Username, you know what you need to do. But maybe going back to the topic, once you have identified that you need the team, and you know that you need the right team, and maybe you follow some of those procedures to be able to get the right team, the next thing that you need to do is you need to ensure that the team that you have, you may get a very good person, somebody who has integrity, they are self-driven, and they have the right skill that you are looking for. But when they come, they might not deliver, because you need to train these people. One of the things that we are very keen on, especially in Username, we do relevant trainings. For me, I call them relevant, because you can do all manner of training that are not important. Do relevant trainings for the job at hand. If somebody is in sales, in real estate, we look for specific training that can help them achieve, and we do it regularly to keep them updated. The other thing, and these are some of the HR things that you need to understand, is that this is a different ball game altogether. I'm a trained engineer myself, and I have a lot of experience in that area. But when I came to Username, I had to to train myself to even do HR. I go to, I would say, all the interviews that we do in HR because in the company, because I'm very keen. I would like to get the right people in the business. So you need to train yourself as a business owner on key things, especially about people, about human resources, about rewards, about motivation, about training, any aspect of HR. Like I said from the beginning, you may not know everything. I have worked with HR consultant to be able to bring me up to speed. I have hired people in HR who are very smart, people who know what needs to be done. You don't need to know everything. You can work as consultant if your business cannot afford to have an internal function, or you hire people to be able to help you in it. The whole thing of human resources is big. I may not be the expert you are looking for in that area, but I know several tips based on running a business that can be able to help you to move from a small organization to a much bigger, and to help you create a team. If you come to our company, one of the things is about rewards. You are very keen about reward and recognition. And I realized this because I have also been an employee. Every time there was a reward scheme and I was missed, I could feel so bad. It was not about the money. It was not about the reward being given. It was more about recognition. So we have a policy, we have a program. And these are some of the things. Some of these things I'm sharing, you may not need to have a doctorate, if I may say so. You may not to have advanced training. You can be able to teach yourself, even as you bring people who can be able to help you implement some of these things. Because as your company grows, you may not be the human resource manager, you may not be, say, even the finance man. You'll hire people who are very experienced in that area, and they can be able to move your business forward. So it is very important for you to educate yourself, go for seminars, look for books that can give you, look for experiences like this one, and be able to implement some things that can work for your business. Not all businesses are the same. These are real estate business. There's a certain cadre of members of staff we look for, which can be different from a clothing business. It's different from maybe an internet business. But some of those principles remain the same. You need to create an A team, a good team. And one of the things I also have to share before I finish, and this was one of my biggest fear when hiring, I was asking myself, I started with a salary of 25,000. When I came back, I used to get a bigger salary where I came from. And one of the things I wondered what you are going to do is because the issue of paying other people when I cannot pay myself. This is one of the challenges most small business owners have to challenge themselves. You're wondering, you can't pay myself 50,000. How am I going to pay another person 75? But that, I would say, that is a challenge in the mind that you need to overcome. The moment you have these people, they are not coming to take a salary, they're also coming to bring value. And that value can be translated to achieving the company vision, and they be able to, the revenue or the income that comes in for the company, be able to take care of everyone. That's how you look at it. You actually lose more when you don't have someone who can be able to cover you in that gap as compared to you trying to do everything. To be honest with you, if you try to do everything, you'll be stressed, you can't finish everything, you'll be depressed, and your business will never go to the next level. So it is very important to create an A team. There are many stories that I can be able to share about that person who sent me a message, about what we were able to do as username, about what we continuously do. But please remember that you need a team to be able to grow as a startup, to be able to grow as an SME, to be able to grow as a sole proprietorship, to be able to grow as a side hustle, those who have one. You need people who know what they are doing. Don't be afraid to hire people. Some people may ask for more, but remember, cheap is very expensive. You need people who know. If you are talking about a graphic designer, you need the best. If you are talking about a social media strategies, you need the best. We are talking about salesperson, you need the best. And most of the time, one of the things we decided as username, just to share our part of the story, is that there will be no difference between the experience someone gets in a serious bank in the country and the experience they get in username. And one of the things I was afraid as Reuben, when I left Safaricom, I was afraid of jumping ship to a place where I feel like I went to what they call a very Juakali environment. And one of the things we decided to do, we are going to have a professional organization. There's no difference between my desk and what I used to have in Safaricom. In any case, it's bigger. There's no difference between standards in terms of customer service that were there in Safaricom and what we have in username. You can make a similar decision, and I tell you it is possible. It is possible to move. You can do it gradually. I'm not telling you do it in 1 year. That is a big thing. That's quite a big challenge, but you can do it over a period of time. Move slowly, get to learn, and you can be able to achieve your objectives. You can be able to get the right team. So start by convincing yourself today that it is important to have the right team. Get a consultant, a HR one, or employ someone. Most of our people are very educated. They'll come and be able to guide your organization on a professional basis. Don't be afraid to pay people the right way, because they'll bring you the value you so much desire. Would you rather operate a 10,000 revenue company alone? Do you rather operate a billion sharing company when you are 100 people? It is your decision to make. And not an easy one, but you can still make the right one. And I believe by doing so, you'll have the right team. You'll be able to grow your startup, your side hustle. You'll be able to grow your SME to the next level. Now you know that you need a team. You can't be able to pull off that vision alone. You can't be the cleaner. You can't be the professional designer. You can't be the marketer. You cannot be the head of department here and there. You need people to help you. People who know what they are doing. Professional kind of individuals. So you need to make that decision, a difficult one. Know that you need a team. Select the right team. Ensure that you retain well. And also ensure that you also release those people who are not moving with you. Those are some of the serious lessons that we have learned. We'll be sharing more of this content, and we'll also have another one, another video, maybe sharing more about this topic. For those who are asking and keep asking many questions about the same topic. We'd like to share these experiences. Be encouraged to also share your experiences. Maybe not in a video like this one, but you may be able to inspire someone to be able to learn some few things. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet. Please leave your comment. We like to engage with you and learn also from you.